Can anybody become rich?
I believe so. So this is what I believe.
Sure.
In every one of us is a poor person. There's still a poor person inside me. And I still go to the supermarket and say, oh, Crest is on sale or Colgate's on sale. There's also a middle class person. And the middle class person wants security. They want that steady paycheck. And there's a rich person. And they're all inside of us except that it's not taught. You're taught to go to school, get a job, and get a paycheck. You're not taught to how to get rich. If you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my rich dad refused to pay me. He said the paycheck was one of the most damaging things you could take in your life. He says the moment you take a paycheck, you're an employee, and that's the mindset. So my rich dad never paid me. It drove my poor dad, government employee, nuts. You gotta pay people, you gotta pay people. And Rich Dad was not saying that the paycheck was bad. He says you didn't want to be a slave to money. So as an entrepreneur, if Rich Dad folded, I just started another company. I don't need a paycheck. I don't need anybody to take care of me. If my government doesn't like me, I move to another country because they need entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. So the entrepreneur is not so much the business. The entrepreneur is really the mindset and the skill sets and the different set of rules. You see, I don't operate, small business does not operate in the same rules as big business. You can't drive a real entrepreneur out.
When I say out, meaning out of the country, could that be where somebody says, I'm going to go outsource or I'm going to go move my business elsewhere? You think that's a cause and effect?
Could be, but I think they're just lousy entrepreneur.
Got it.
Look, people say, well, if they make the regulations real hard, the guy can't be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs have one thing in common. They keep going.
Now, I know this topic can sound quite vague, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break it down further for y'all that don't really understand what I'm talking about. I know a lot of y'all probably like, bro, you need money. What do you mean don't work for a paycheck? How you going to get paid? How do you get a paycheck? You need to work, right? So I'm going to go ahead and break it down for y'all. Y'all go ahead and stay tuned for the entire video, and we're going to go ahead and have a great conversation. Let's get it. What's good? I'm an independent artist by the name Timeless Rock with TR Mentality, man. And before we get into the video, make sure y'all own your own shit. And in this clip, we got Robert Kiyosaki explaining why people should never work for a paycheck. This is one of them topics that sounded confusing to me as well the first time I heard this or the first time I watched this clip and the first time I read his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which he went ahead and mentioned in the clip as well. And I recommend everybody that's starting this journey wanting to learn about finance, you're an entrepreneur really trying to scale and level up and become a millionaire in this life, even a billionaire. You should definitely go ahead and read that Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. That's going to give you the mentality shift that you need to go ahead and start looking at this world the right way when it comes to the money. And he spoke about in the book about how his rich dad went ahead and told him he not gonna go ahead and pay Robert for the work that he do for him. And Robert's poor dad was telling him, yo, he can't do that. You supposed to get paid for any type of work you do. But the biggest thing the rich dad was trying to teach Robert is that you can't be controlled by the money. We see so many people fall for the comfort of that paycheck that they gonna get every Friday if they work their job. And obviously that's cool if you just want to work a 9 to 5, that's cool. But for entrepreneurs, that could be very detrimental. If you plan on building a business or doing any type of entrepreneurial journey, you have to stay focused on the task at hand. And like I said, it's so easy to go ahead and get comfortable with that paycheck. When you're an entrepreneur or a music artist or whatever it is, that paycheck is not guaranteed. Yes, music pays out every month. Yes, YouTube pays out every month. It don't matter if you put in 24 hours a day, you're not guaranteed to get any type of money when it's time to pay out. We see it all the time. I had a clip of Kevin Hart talking about how it's so easy to give up as an entrepreneur because you give 110% of your effort every single day just to end up in the same position the next day and wake up and do the same exact thing all over again, giving that 110%, but not seeing that growth, but having that vision and being able to stay disciplined to keep showing up every single day, even though you don't see any progress, you don't feel any progress, you're not getting paid as if you made any progress. And that's the turning point for a lot of people that makes them stop their entrepreneurial journey because like I said, you know you're going to get that paycheck. If you go put in that 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, you're going to get that paycheck on that Friday. You know your hourly rate or you know your salary, whatever it is that you got going on at your 9 to 5, and you know you're going to get paid for your work. Entrepreneur is not like that, especially in the beginning. Like I said, it's so many days, so many months, so many years that you're not going to get paid anything. And all you see yourself doing is spending money out of your pocket, and it sounds very backwards. And that leads me into a great point when it comes to working your regular 9 to 5. We always talk about how as entrepreneurs or music artists or whatever it is, you obviously going to need money coming in from somewhere so that you could fund your dreams, so you could fund your business, so you could fund your career, doing videos, investing in a home studio like I always talk about all the time. You obviously need money to do those things. But that's why I talked about in this video, it's very important to keep your minds focused on the task at hand. Because I remember for myself personally working a regular job, almost falling into that same trap of the comfort of, yo, I know I can make money here, I know it's going to come in every single week. Having to tell myself that, yo, this is temporary, it's time to stay focused on this. And we talk about balance all the time, talking about if you work a regular 9 to 5, you got to make sure when you come home, you putting in that time, filming videos, recording music, dropping music, live streaming with your audience, dropping content as much as possible, staying focused so you can move out of that rat race and transition into doing exactly what you want to do in your life every single day you wake up. That's the dream for us as entrepreneurs. But hey man, let me know y'all thoughts on the topic, and go ahead and add to the topic as well. Why do you feel like people shouldn't work for a paycheck? And I hope I cleared up a lot of that confusion on this topic so you can go ahead and implement it in your own life. But hey man, if y'all rock with the video and y'all rock with what I was talking about, make sure y'all go ahead and hit like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And I'm out of here, man.
I'ma keep you around, this time I'm toxic. You been lost and then found, okay, I got it. You been texting all night while I'm late over for a flight. I got a meeting in the AM for business, I got in like 4 hours, that's right. My heart burning for the moon, and I never thought I'd wait. Now you saying that I'm fake. Guess it's part of me that favor being late to get you mad till you drinking.